Alright, so here is the second video for the Night Raven. And again, I'm going to try and show you what I mean about how, especially having 7 of these different planes, it shows a cobra symbol right there, but yet on the other one it has the raven. And I'm not sure if this one has raven on it or where that ended up, but anyway, you can see that there's no raven there. There's a cobra symbol there. And then on this one, it doesn't seem like it has any of the decals, so again, that's one reason why I probably got such a good deal at the time on these planes, because they're not 100%. But anyway, by going and doing a second video, it is kind of cool because I can show you this one where I have 2 of the Strato Vipers, and so you can see that the cockpit holds 2 of them. I also don't believe I know which one, but yeah, so this shows you how there is a zigzag to it. I don't know if this one came first, or if it came second, or if maybe they both came out at the same time, and they just were different designs. You know, sometimes I read that most G.I. Joe, whether it's a figure or a vehicle back in the day, they basically set out the year's line, and then once the line was out, you just stuck with the same line for a year, and then about a year later it got discontinued. Unlike nowadays, they're pretty much a new set of figures every 3 months or so, and that's just, I guess, we've gotten shorter attention spans as kids. You know, I'm obviously not a kid, but maybe that's why. But anyway, you can see right there that this is a straight line, you know, slit or whatever. And let's see if it slides any easier. So, yeah, a little bit. Again, 20-year-old toy. Maybe it was a lot easier back in the day. But you can see with the landing gear up, there's actually these levers inside. And so when you pull on that, the tires push on the levers, and that actually pulls up the mud flaps, or, you know, whatever you want to, landing gear, skids or whatever. So that is that. And then one thing I will say is, again, I don't know if this ever broke off, but this little peg right there is what actually holds on your drone. And as you can see right here, you should be able to see it. Let's focus. There is a little slit right there, and they just line up, and it stays on. And so again, the idea I'm assuming is that, because I've seen this in 2 different cartoons, they will send this off, you know, again, if they need to make an escape, or I've seen where if they want to deliver a couple bats or whatever to deal with the guys that might be shooting at them below. So I don't know really, you know, 100% what its purpose is. But that's one thing why I'm still into G.I. Joe at the ripe age of 32 years old, is because, yeah, you can say it's for kids, but there's just so much thought and imagination, and I think it's wrong that, you know, if you become a certain age, you're expected to no longer be able to appreciate something that you had as a kid, or didn't have as a kid, which is one reason why I'm so glad to have a pretty supportive spouse, is to be able to have things that I never had as a kid. And so that's one of the main draws, besides now being able to do videos and all the great people I've met through the various G.I. Joe websites. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at one of the pilots. the Stratoviper. Alright, so this is the Stratoviper. I've seen a lot of comments from people about how, you know, since you can't tell if this is a guy or a woman because, you know, the face mask does not come off. And he or she has goggles on the front. And again, I'm assuming that's because if he gets attacked and something happens to his visor right here, you'd want a second one again. Again, I'm just using my imagination, but you want that second one because if something happened and you lost cabin pressure or whatever, you would want to make sure that your pilot and its sensitive information and spy data made it back to base. And so that's how I kind of try and explain it, because you'll actually see, if you watch quite a bit of my videos or even other videos, that seemed to be a running theme with a lot of figures, whether it was, you know, functionality or just plain out trying to make the toy look appealing and cool to kids. There are a lot of different figures, like I've shown that Slash Ninja guy, he's got goggles. The Viper, regular Viper soldier, he's got goggles, even though they've already got masks and they've already got faceplates or whatever. So I've got him he or she holding a gun right there, but I don't believe it came with a gun. But anyway, so I wanted to show this video because the next video will be another electronic gimmicked toy, which is the new nightraven from the new Rise of Cobra movie, which I get to see in less than a week. I know it's already come out, but I'm hoping to have a big group of friends and family be able to join me, because they know how much G.I. Joe means to me, and it's been at least 5 years of nonstop talking about a G.I. Joe movie. You know, there's people out there, I've never gotten into it, but there's lots of people out there that are like, oh, well, I think this actor would be better for this, or, oh, no, she would have played this. And as far as I know, none of the people, maybe Ray Parks, who plays Snake Eyes, maybe he was one that I think people probably thought about quite a bit. But most of the people are pretty much newcomers that I know of that are in the new movie. So I think that's about it. You know, I could keep going because this ain't a 10-minute video, but, you know, you've got the plane. You've seen what different features it has. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I really do hope some people will comment, you know. But either way, it's kind of cool to just do these videos, whether they're good or not, because it's nice seeing the changes that have gone throughout the line. And, you know, sometimes I just buy things because I see them, and I never really get to sit down and say, I wonder why I like this, or what do I think about this? So that's one reason I'm really doing these videos, and that's why I don't want to call them reviews, because I'm not trying to get people out there to go and get these, because most of these you have to go on eBay, and I'm actually haven't done any eBay in a long time, because I'm trying to focus most of my income on the newer stuff. And then, of course, if that day comes where they no longer are making the new stuff, which has happened many times throughout the line's lack of a word, run. So if it happens that G.I. Joe, after the movie, doesn't continue, because a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, that movie is going to suck, and if it sucks, then they're going to lose all this money, and they're not going to invest the money on any more new vehicles. But anyway, so that's my video for the 1987 Nightraven spy plane.